All right, good day, U9. Welcome to part 2 of the OnShape series where we're going to turn our friendly dinosaur into an actual cardboard dinosaur. For this one, what we're going to do is we're simply going to export it as a 2D drawing, which seems silly because we went from a drawing to a 3D object back to a drawing. But the way to think about it is that a laser cutter looks at shapes in 2D and it finds essentially a path that it can follow along. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to export it and get it into a program called Adobe Illustrator. Once it's in Illustrator, I'm going to show you how to set it up, and then we're going to laser cut it. So let's start off here down the bottom in the body parts that we sketched out lovely. What you're going to do is simply right-click on your shape here on your extrusion and select Export as DXF DWG. So DXF and DWG are standard formats for essentially CAD drawings. So select this guy. When it comes up with this one here, I'm going to rename it to Dino Body. Okay, the format should be DXF. The option should be set as download. Hit export, and this should go straight to your downloads folder. Same thing for the legs. Right click, export as DXF DWG, Dino legs. Make sure all that's good. Export. Well, bam. Now, once it's done that, the next thing we need to do, we can't open these up directly on my computer. I have to put them into Adobe Illustrator, which is probably the easiest way, and then get it to the laser cutter. All right, so let's open up Adobe Illustrator. If you don't have it on your computer, find a computer that has it. It looks like this. It's got the orange AI, and all I did was go to the Start menu, type in Illustrator, and click on the icon that comes up. Okay, now let me quickly fix up the login just by logging in. If you get that message, just make sure you log in with your education account at the top and then select you're using a school account and follow all the things. If it says something about a trial edition or anything like that, let me know because that can cause a problem. All right, let's create a brand new file. I'm just going to click on letter for the moment. However, there we go. Welcome to Illustrator. Basically what Illustrator is, it's a shape drawing program, but the way it works is it's not like Paint where you draw like a box and you can fill in the colors in between. What you're doing is you're drawing boxes and it will just remember the line. Okay, if you draw a circle, it just remembers the circle's line, things like that. It uses maths. What I'm going to do on the far right-hand side, it says document units. I'm going to change that to centimeters. So I know that everything is the right size before I go and print it. So let's get those pictures in here. Let's go to File. Let's go down to Place. And let's go find the body first. Under my downloads, Dino Body. Place. Where do you want to place it? Right here. So I just left click and it spews it out on the page. Now, as you can tell, this is not the right size. Okay, mine I set to 18 centimeters and all of a sudden this has come out as 21. So I'm going to delete this guy. And do that again. So File, Place, select the body, but this time I'm going to tick Show Import Options, and then I get this lovely guy here. And the problem is right now Adobe Illustrator is making up its own mind about the size of my picture. I don't want it to do that. I'm going to go original size, and over here it says scale 1, units 1, change this down to centimeters, and revert that back to 1 when it changes. Hit OK, and now I can see that it's roughly the right size of what I said 18 centimeters in the original, and it says 17.94, which is pretty damn close. Second thing, let's get the legs in. Legs, show import options, place. Okay, let's go centimeters, change that back to 1, go OK. And because I want 2 pairs of legs, I'm simply going to click on the legs, Control C, Control V, 2 pairs of legs. How good's that? Now, what I'd recommend is try and save as much material when you're laser cutting as possible. So get these jammed right up next to your dinosaur. In fact, I might rotate this guy and put it around the tail by clicking over here and rotating like that. So the way I did that is just by putting the mouse near the corner, but not on the corner. There you go. So that's going to save a little bit of material. Next thing we need to do is set the correct lines. By default, black is engrave. So that means it's only going to etch the surface of my laser cut. Okay, I wanted to actually physically cut the material out. And the color for that one is bright red. Now to change colors for your line, you've got to come over here and you'll see this black hollow rectangle. That is your outline color. So if I click on that, or double click in fact, I get a color picker. And to set it to pure red, you can either click and drag all the way to the corner, but you have to make sure it's like right up in there, and these numbers should say 255, 0, and 0. If these three numbers are any different, like this is 254, the laser cutter will think it's still like black. I know it's weird, but it has to be pure red. 255, 0, 0, hit OK, and what you'll notice is it goes red. Let's do the same for the legs. Quickly click on that, double click on the rectangle, 255. Click, double click, 255. All right, the next thing you need to do is tell the laser cutter that it's going to be a cutting line by setting the width of the line to 0.01 millimeters. Okay, and you can do all three at the same time if you click and drag. Over here, there's stroke, and this is the width of the line. So the way to set this is by typing it to get rid of everything in the box, 0.01 mm. And if everything goes small and sort of like pinky looking, you've done the right thing. You are ready to save this. So I'm going to hit File, Save, and I'm going to jam this in my Google Drive. Under iStem, I'm going to make a Topic 2 folder and call this one Dino Laser Cut. And then when this option comes in, don't hit cancel because then it will not save. Just make sure that says 2020 and hit OK. And you are ready. Let's get on to the laser cutter. Let's hit the print button and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay, see you later.